In this video, I'll show you some techniques you can use to decipher difficult handwriting. At first, much of this screen looks very difficult to understand. My first suggestion is for you to look for words that you can recognize from the context. For example, the column headed "Relation to Head of Family" contains words that you know. The first one is the word head. Notice the unusual letter D at the end. The same letter appears at the end of the surname on the first line. Therefore, I can enter the name Schofield in the table. Also on the first line, it gives the location for the birth, as Bolton. I know that Bolton is in Lancashire, and therefore I can read the first letter, which is L, and the abbreviation for the county. This same letter is the first letter of the surname for the second entry. Therefore, the name here is Livesey. Click on Help, Handwriting Help, and you get a pop-up window with some examples. Notice the L on here is like the one in this batch. Also notice that the letters N and M can have a curl at the start. Look around the screen, and you can see these letters with the curl at the start of the name. The letters D, O are short for ditto, which means repeat what is above. Now let's look at the occupations. On the third line, I can make out that the occupation is cotton weaver. Notice the open top of the letter A. This helps me to decipher the occupation on the second line, which I can now see as packer bleach works. Looking at the location for the second entry, I am not sure whether the first letter is an F or a T. The second part of the name could be fold. A variation of this name also appears as the location on the fourth line. A similar name is shown at the top of the form, and as it happens, the street name as well. I'm going to use a gazetteer for looking up locations. This one is called Januki. The address is on screen now and also given in the text accompanying this video. I've entered the first part of the name, Tong, in the place name field. I've selected Lancashire in the county field. In search type, I select the option word beginning. This means that it will search for all places with names starting Tong in the county of Lancashire. It has found 3 places, including one with the name fold. This is the one I shall enter. Clicking on it gives me more information, including another location name, which I saw on the census record at the top left of the page and for record number 4. An additional website you can use to identify locations is called streetmap.co.uk. The link is given here and in the extended text under this video. Occasionally you may come across a county name which has been abbreviated, for example Oxon, for Oxfordshire. You should enter the county name in full, as shown in the left-hand column. See the link in the text for this list of county abbreviations. Now, let's have a look at the occupation field. This is an unusual occupation. The first letter may be a T. It is similar to those on the help chart. I'll show you how to use the Lookup, which is built into the indexing program. Click the drop-down arrow at the right of the field and select Lookup. You complete the 3 fields with what you know. In this case, I can see that the word contains the letters A, M, B, O. As I enter these letters, I see the results changing in the panel below. It has found timber worker. Now I can see that the occupation appears to be tambourer, which I have found out is a lace maker. With this occupation, I am using the Lookup again, but this time entering letters in 2 of the fields. I'll enter those letters I am sure about. S in the starts with field and H, E, R in the ends with field. It has offered the occupation of scutcher, and I have found out that this was a cotton mill job, therefore I accepted that. I have completed the batch, and can now start the submission process by clicking the second icon. When the page is difficult, you may like to use a technique that I have used with this batch. First, enter the less difficult information on the page, and then come back later to the harder sections. You will find that you begin to get used to the handwriting as you go along. Also, you will feel more confident once you have had some success. Then you will begin to see patterns, and can more readily decipher the difficult writing. I wish you success with your indexing.